Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on Majesty Yahweh Levanjil. This is a demonstration about what God creation is. At the beginning, God said, there will be the earth, there will be the sky, which is the heaven. And as we know that, and I'm including a demonstration. Before that, I show you the demonstration how God been created us as human to lead the earth or to lead humanity or to lead everything that he been created. So that's why I'm gonna do this demonstration, and you can get a vision of it. You can get an idea of it. So from there you can understand very well when God said he created us with his image. And most likely, we're gonna read the first part for you. That's gonna be Genesis first verse 26. I'm gonna read it for you in English. Now let's listen. Then God said, let us make men in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over everything creeping thing that creeps on the earth. This is 26, verse 26. Genesis verse 26. This is it. So now, first of all, one explanation said, God created us as in his image. He said in our image. That's mean it's not just him. That was the spirits was there too. So anytime the devil didn't know that God pushes or push him, but he didn't know if God has the spirit with him, as God has the spirit with them. And that's why when you come to the New Testament, God transferred the spirit to human as Jesus. Remember, we said Jesus is 100% spirit, 100% human. That means there is two things there. God created us with our image. When he said that, let's let us make man in our image. He make it the way God is. Man is created the way God is, and the way the human is. The way the spirit is, the way that human is. So that's why today we can make some huge invention. Those huge invention, they doesn't come just our ideas. The spirit God inspire us, inspire you guys who already been created so many invention to discover the moon, to discover there is other planets, to discover most likely other and little further in the planet system. So these are very huge things that we've been created to watch and to look for those explorations. So for this kind of those inventions tonight, I'm doing this demonstration for you guys, so you can understand where all that we've been creating, where they come from. They do not just come from us. They come from the Spirit of God that been created in us. So let's begin with these explanation. If we go back to Genesis first verse first, is it at the beginning God created heaven and earth. Verse 2 said, the earth was without forms and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep, and the spirits God was hovering over hovering over the face of the waters. So I'm not gonna read everything. So from there I read this for you. So there was darkness, and there was nothing. The spirit was just get vacation over the huge of darkness. Most likely there was nothing. uh, I would say there was black holes in some case. There was black holes. There was no earth. There was no light at all. So there was only, I could say, just water, unpredictable, as the Bible been explaining. One moment. Yes. And the next thing, guys, we can see in verse 6, and God said, let there be an expanses the midst of waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters. And so that servant said, God made it the expanses and separated waters that were under expanse from the waters that were above the expanse. And it was so. Verse 8 said, as God called the expanses heaven, and there was an explaining, there was a morning, the second days. And God said, there was waters on heavens, that let the water under the heavens be gathered together into one space, and let the dry land above it appeared. And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the waters that were gathered together he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Verse 11, God said, let the earth sprout vegetarian plants. Okay, not all this that we wanted to read. Okay, to read. So from 9, that's enough to get whatever that you've been listening to. Specifically to the moon and the earth has been presented in the video. So you're going to watch it. And from there, you're going to understand how God experienced us and put ideas and us, and we've been do those invention. So let's watch it.
What if the moon suddenly began getting closer to Earth, to the point where it was on a collision course with our planet? Would Earth survive the crash? Or would a crash even happen? Would the moon get torn up by Earth's gravity? What would this crumbled up moon look like from Earth? This is What If, and here's what would happen if the moon fell to Earth. The moon is Earth's only natural satellite, and the largest object to brighten our night sky. It's the first and only place beyond Earth where humans have set foot. The moon's gravitational pull causes tides on Earth, tides that might have been the encouragement for life in our oceans to move on land. This pull also keeps Earth from wobbling on its axis, making our climate relatively stable. In short, the moon makes Earth a more livable place. So, what if it suddenly sped up and started driving in Earth's direction? The moon's plan to destroy Earth by bumping into it would break into pieces the moment it reaches the Roche limit. The moon itself would shatter, never making it to Earth's surface. And that's going to look very impressive. But wait, what is this Roche limit? In celestial mechanics, it's the point at which the gravity holding a satellite together is weaker than the tidal forces trying to pull it apart. In other words, the moon can only get as close as 18,470 kilometers away from our planet before boom, the tidal forces would tear it apart. All of the footprints and flags we've left on the moon, all of its craters and valleys would scatter to form a breathtaking ring of debris above Earth's equator, 37,000 kilometers in diameter, making Earth the second planet in the solar system, after Saturn, to have this striking ring of beauty. The difference being that our rings wouldn't last long. The chunks of our former satellite, the moon, would rain down on Earth. It would be as if hundreds of thousands of asteroids were falling down on us and wiping out entire cities in the process. Once the moon began its trajectory towards the planet, it would increase the tidal impact it has on us. By the time it hit the Roche limit, it would be causing tides as high as 7,600 meters. Our world would be devastated by an army of tsunamis, 10 times a day. But for a short time, hardcore surfers would enjoy riding some tasty waves. On the other hand, this might be a solution to global warming. With the moon coming closer and closer, Earth's rotation would speed up. Our days would become shorter and shorter. Global temperatures would go down, and no one would worry about climate change anymore. Unless asteroids burned the Earth to a crisp, then there would be no one to worry about anything. I really wouldn't worry about it anyway. In fact, the moon is drifting away from us at a rate of 4 centimeters per year. So it's unlikely we'll get to see those pretty Saturn-like rings here on Earth.
Now we finish watching. That's why God said everything that He does it. He does with His power, and God is very powerful. And you can see if everything did not or do not remain in its space, like moon didn't remain in its space, Earth do not remain in its space, Sun do not remain in its space. There will be devastating. There will be a disaster been will be going on Earth or in the universe or in the ecosystem. So from there, you can recognize that God has existed since then, been existing on Earth, uh, in the universe, and inspire us to be great, to do great things as we've been doing. So that's why I wanted to show tonight, and hopefully, I think you get it. See you anytime. Bye bye.